Yeah, in my life. Hold up. Let me get my mic down here. What up? Put a one down in the building if you guys can hear and or see me. We'll wholeheartedly appreciate that. Then we'll get the show on the road. I feel like it's been forever since I've seen and talked to you guys. You know what I mean? It's been far too long. There's been too much distance between us. You understand what I'm saying? Too much distance, too much things that are going on. Too much things to talk about. And honestly, guys, hopefully y'all can hear me right now. I don't really know if you guys can hear me till I get a one down into the building. There's so much to talk about. Honestly, I was sitting over here like there's a bunch of different topics that we can talk about, that we can hit on. But I know I posted about this Justin Bieber situation earlier today. So I wanted to be able to talk about it. I wanted to also be able to give my perspective and kind of the things that I saw within the situation, and then also engage in a conversation as well. All right, I'm seeing some ones down into the building. What's good, everybody? How are you doing? Perfective. Oh, you was in here early. Shout out to the notification gang. I appreciate you guys wholeheartedly. You understand me? Everybody else that's coming in, come in. Make yourself at home. At home. If you have never been here before, this is your first time into the building. This is what we call the Red Cup Talk, where we talk about a variety of topics, usually 8-ish Eastern. Okay, I know it's past in right now. Okay, sorry, but we're here now. You understand what I'm saying? But talk about a variety of topics within pop culture, dating and relationships, gender dynamics, sometimes financial literacy, and beyond, in order to engage in a conversation that can uplift the way that we think about things in a way to push it forward. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's coming down into the building. This is the notification game. I always feel like I got to give you guys a certain special shout out because you came in here so early. You know what I'm saying? What's good, Oshi? How are you? How are you? Die, stay fly. How are you? Yeah. Let's get it. Thought it started. No, we starting up here in about 5 to 10 minutes or so, my G. Okay. O'Shea White, how are you, my G? How are you? How are you? Yes, sir. Adult Probity. How are you? Okay. What camera you use? All that information is down into the description box. Okay. All that information is right down in there. What camera I use, what lens I use, the lighting that I use. It's all down in there. So feel free to go click on that button. You understand what I'm saying? Get Swifty. How are you? It's been a minute. El Marshall, I see you. Oh, Chris Z in the building. MTR, we're here once again. Much love from MIA. Chris, I appreciate you wholeheartedly. Where's my horn at so we can start this off? Okay. Chris, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, my G. As per usual, guys, as you guys are coming into the building, make sure you hit on that like button so we can attack this situation with the most amount of people in attendance. Those that are unaware that I'm currently live right now, please make sure that you hit on that live button, okay? So we can get some folks that's down in here. Salute to everybody. Salute to the chat. Couple of housekeeping items before we get into the building. Just real quick, you guys already know I like to do the housekeeping items. About 5 minutes or so before we get in there. First thing first, okay? Talking through the agenda for the weekend. Sunday is actually my birthday, okay? Sunday's actually my birthday. I'm turning 35 years old, which is crazy. Time just goes like this. Sunday's my birthday. Right now, if COVID wasn't a thing, I would be in Colombia right now, okay? due to pandemic level circumstances, I am not in Colombia. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, I could have taken other trips upon my back, but I decided to just keep it cool for the time being. I thought about going home to New York, where I'm from, where my pops is, but I'm a little bit concerned about going on to a flight and then going home and then like exposing him to something, perchance. So I just didn't want to take that risk. I'll get over it. I don't know that he will. You understand what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm chilling for the moment. But yeah, it's supposed to be in Colombia right now. Sunday's the birthday. At the same time, guess who's coming back on Sunday? We have it all planned out. Okay. Blue Pill Sam will be in the building. We probably gonna be over here sauced up, drinking. You know what I'm saying? Red Cup talking it out, popping ish. He's bringing receipts, okay? Because a lot of y'all didn't think that he was telling the truth. A lot of y'all was like, what, 250 on the first date? He's bringing receipts, okay? He told me he's bringing receipts. Here's what he told me. He said he has pictures of receipts, and then he also said he's gonna have ladies call in. Maybe he just said a lady, I don't know. But someone who he went on a date with is gonna call in and attest to his blue pill Samness, okay? So that is Sunday. That's gonna be Sunday. Yeah, we're gonna be in here. It's gonna be fun. Absolutely. I almost feel like I can't do a stream tomorrow because I gotta save my energy for that on Sunday, because I just feel like, it's gonna be a lot kind of going on at any given time. So keep in mind, Sunday. Okay, guys, as you come down into the building, make sure y'all hit that like button. Here's the next thing that I wanted to talk about just real quick. Make sure that you guys are available on Sunday. The time, I'm not sure yet, okay? But make sure that you guys click on the notification bell so that you are aware when I go live. You understand me? Shout out to everybody that's coming in one more again. Shout out to Uncle J Doe in the building. What's good, fam? Happy early birthday. Shout out my G. We'll get a lap dance and try. Hey, smash one for you tonight. Shout out to Uncle J Doe in the building. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat, my G. Listen, man. Yeah, and if you can clap Viscosity, if you can clap cheeks in my honor, wholeheartedly appreciate that. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? But Uncle J, though, okay? Make sure you do it in the correct way, meaning you gather the receipts. You understand what I'm saying? That's what we're going to get into tonight. That's what we're going to talk about. At the end of the day, okay? At the end of the day, this is way different of a time. Number one, 2020 has been the weirdest, most ridiculous year, like, since I've been born, and I lived through 9/11. You understand what I'm saying? Since I've been born, 2020 in its culmination has been ridiculous. It's been crazy. I think a lot people are spending a lot more time at home, which is causing them to find a lot more problems and issues with things that are happening in the world, as well as create more issues from the comfort of their own home. So that is what it is. At the same time, there's a lot of things that are going on in the news that, like, I could have been talking about today. I know it could have been this JB story. There's actually another sexual assault allegation type story that came out early this week that hit another YouTuber by the name of Angry Joe. If you guys are familiar and you want me to go into that story and situation, I got some resources of that one available as well. Maybe I'll do a survey somewhere down in here, just to see where you guys want to go in the conversation. But today I'm going to make this like a choose your own kind of pathway type of a conversation. So I want to be able to hit that the best that we can. Also, too, right before I got up on the live, I saw B. Simone was saying something crazy about the LGBTQ community that has gotten her into a weird position. Let's say that. I was not that familiar with her until the video that I did. I think it was like a week and a half ago regarding the 9 to 5 rant. It seems like she's run into like a list of things that has come out about her since then. So I thought it might have been something interesting to talk about. But I think for the importance of the audience that I have that I'm speaking to right here, and I know that there's ladies down in there as well, I think that this JB situation was going to provide the most value for you guys on a Friday night. You understand what I'm saying? Because I look at Uncle J Doe's comment, I'm like, listen, man, all it takes is an accusation. You understand what I'm saying? All it takes is an accusation of something weird with no receipts, and you were ill and unprepared. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's coming out into the building. Welcome again to one more Red Cup Talk. We about 10 minutes in. We got over 100 people that's down into the building. That's early for 100 people on this channel, but I appreciate you guys wholeheartedly. Make sure that you guys click on the like button as you guys come into the building. Okay, click on that like button so we can make sure to get them likes up. Appreciate that. All right, hold on. So a couple of super chats, and then we're going to get right into the conversation. Shout out to Dorian Chadwick. Appreciate the $5 super chat, my G. If he brings a receipt, it's going to be over $250, I bet. Yeah, that's the only way. It makes no sense for him to come through and bring a receipt that was not $250. But what he said was that he was going to have someone that he took out on a date. I don't even know if it's someone who he's still dating right now. I don't even know. But he said that he was going to call her and then she was going to come on and just speak about his antics. I call them antics. He didn't say that word as he was describing that. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, stay tuned till Sunday. I'm trying to get everything locked down and, you know, and ready to go so we can have that fantastic conversation in a way that I continue to pressure test this dude. You see what I'm saying? He's my ace. That's my ace. Boom, coom. I just feel like, you know, if you talk to him, it's like he's like, yo, I'm just trying to save y'all mindsets on this channel. And I'm just like, bro, but at the same time, I'm trying to save your mindset. You understand what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we can agree to disagree, but we can still be boys through it all. You understand what I'm saying? Dorian, appreciate the $5 super chat. Shout out to Mark B. Shout out, my G. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Okay, my G, keep up the good work. I'm going to try my damnness. It's hard sometimes, man. This week right here, I was posting in a Discord channel. This week has been a weird one. This one has been from a work perspective, from a extracurricular activity perspective. There's been a lot going on. I'm sure a lot of you guys can attest to that, but we're going to get right into the content right here in a quick second. But thank you so much for the $20 super chat, my G. Appreciate the support as per usual. Shout out to Jay, though. All right. You know I'm off that generation WW. Don't lie on yeah. Facts. Shout out to Uncle Jay, though. Yeah, it's an interesting conundrum, as well as the content that I went over this past Sunday, and I'll briefly touch on it real quick, was the opposite side of this coin. Okay, it was the opposite side of the coin, meaning that it was a woman accusing a man. And I'll touch on that real quick as I start up this content real quick, and then we're going to get in there. Okay. Shout out to Perfective. Happy B-Day in advance. I appreciate that, my G. Do you ever talk about the importance of being financially savvy? All the time. I'm 22. Lately, I've been paranoid about getting rid of any debt. That will not be this cast, but I talk about it all the time. I talk about it all the time in my personal life or on YouTube. I talk about it all the time. So make sure that your notification bell is still hit, because that actually might be a good topic for tomorrow's conversation as well. Okay, that might be a good topic for it. But shout out, my G. I appreciate the $5 super chat. Trust me, all the time. Okay, fam, I take pics, put a broad on cam up front, or pass. All of that. Save the calls. All of that. Make sure you get alibis. All of it. Okay. All right. If there's alcohol involved, think twice. All right. Think twice. Shout out to Uncle Jay, though. I appreciate that. All right. I think that was through the rest of my let's get right into the content. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Let me share this real quick just to make sure that we're all talking on the same accord. Media tutorial. Here it goes right here. Hold on. Let me make this large so we can go through it the best way that we know how. Also, too, shout out to everybody that participated in this particular survey. I did a market research on the channel talking about, I do a lot of different types of videos. What should I focus in on? What was surprising to me, that purpose and financial literacy and education got 25% versus, 50% is create whatever you want. I'll watch regardless. That's super dope to see. There was a lot of folks. It was 2K folks that actually voted for that. So this was super dope to see. I think it'll be interesting to see if I really do go in this type of content flow and approach, how many continue to watch at the velocity of what because I tell you right now, dating and relationships, like reactions to that I do, those get the most comments and views on my channel. When I talk about purpose and financial literacy and education, those get the least amount, which is why I choose not to over-index in that type of content. I think, and this was actually called out into the comments, is that a lot of people may say that they want that content, but they'll click on something else. So we'll see. We'll see how it progresses, okay? But anyway, getting down into the content today. So this is what I want to talk about. I saw this popped across about 2 days ago or so. Justin Bieber sues sexual assault accusers for $20 million. Crazy. Okay. It's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And what I think that it's meant to do is to send a message that if you accuse, yet you lie, I'll touch you financially. Okay. that ruins generations to come if they're able to extract any type of money from that family. So that type of cut goes deep. But you know what else type of cut goes deep? The lie, the perpetration of accusing somebody of something that is not true. Now listen, real quick, before we get into the content, let me go into the videos that I've been uploading. Okay, last Sunday, I did a video. All right, I called it, I need to get this off of my chest. Shout out for everybody last Sunday that joined me for this conversation. This was a particularly tough conversation. The reason why it was particularly tough is because when you talk about, hold on, let me bring it up where you can see it on the screen. When you begin to talk about this thing such as sexual assault, it's a very touchy subject. And the reason that I was trying to proclaim in that conversation, it's a really touchy subject because there's a lot of people that take a lot of their previous experiences into a topic where there really isn't an answer. There really isn't any proof, but they bring in their biases, their preconceived notions in order to pass judgment on what was going on and in the post or what happens in media or what have you. Now, the thing is like depending upon the facts that are given in that little bit of content, usually you will get people that will be in support of the person making the accusation, or you will less often than not get people that are in support of the person who is being accused. And I'm talking about specifically the dynamic between a woman accusing a man, okay, which is usually how this dynamic happens more often than not. Now, this particular conversation was interesting in nature because she came out right and said that she was raped, but then had all of these, and I'm talking about the video that I did last Sunday, had all of these like weird kind of conclusions that would lead me as the reader to believe that I can cast doubt on her accusation. Okay, it doesn't mean that it wasn't true. You understand me? It just means that I have reason to believe in my mind, in my reasonableness, the likelihood that this has happened, it has diminished, it has decreased because of the way that she is articulating herself, the way that she's attributing people who are at fault, the moves that she made in the things that she wrote. It just wasn't adding up. It wasn't making sense. But in all of the conversations that I have, it's like it's damned if you do, damned if you don't, because you still have people in the live chat comments as well as the comments that were completely trying to lambaste me for having a thought, having an opinion that was in support of the dude in this particular situation. You understand what I'm saying? Now, getting into the content of today, and I wanted to first set that up in order to provide a little bit of context as to another data point as to why I wanted to go over this today. Okay, let me go back to my community chat post. All right, so we know that this happened to Jay Beebs. The reason why I wanted to go over, I'm gonna call him Jay Beebs throughout the entire conversation. The reason why I wanted to go over this as well is because this man, and here's the thing, I want to say that he has been accused of weird things like this in the past. And when you reach this level of fame, yeah, listen, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this on the channel before. Listen, here's the goal for me. Okay. All right. I know someone earlier asked about finances, you in your early 20s. Here's the goal for me. All right. I want to make a lot of money throughout my life, but I do not want to be famous. Okay. Let me repeat that. I want to do well for myself. And when I say a lot of money, I think it's specific to the lifestyle that you want to live. Okay. I want to do that. I want to do well in my life. I want to accomplish a lot of things and be reimbursed for the things that you could bestow upon a world, whether or not it's the creation of a product or a service. I want that, you know, for sure. Recognition, legacy that goes into that. I want all of those things for sure. But what I do not want is this fame thing. Okay. I do not want this fame thing, because with the fame comes a lot of BS. It comes with constant criticism. It comes with constant hate. It's positive as well, because you could change people's lives for the better. But it's damned if you do It's damned if you don't, especially when you're in this arena, which is talking about kind of these type of unique topics. You understand what I'm saying? I think a lot of people want the fame and the glory, right? And the monetary financial benefits of that. I do not want any of that. I would appreciate, you know what I'm saying, not having to think about my purchases going into the future, right? But then also not think about paparazzi and flashing cameras and lights and all of that ish. And I'm not saying that's where my particular path in life is going, but this young man right here has been dealing with that since 16 years old, 17 years old, 15 years. I mean, it might even be earlier than 16 years old. You understand what I'm saying? He's been dealing with a lot. He's been dealing with it throughout his entire, most of his, all of his adult life, most of his teenage life for sure. If I remember correctly, he started off as a YouTuber and was found by like Usher. Okay, was found by like Usher and then just blew up from there, right? And he has lived his life unlike what 99.99999% of the world's population has. I mean, he's on the level, he's like on MJ level, okay? And this thing is like, and shout out to Michael Jackson, RIP. I think it's been 11 years. I saw in a news article not too long ago. I was watching let me talk. I was watching a concert, a Michael Jackson concert. It had to be like 87. I forget the city that it was in, but oh God, I got to remember the city so you guys can go up and look it up after this. This guy was doing a concert, and within the hour or so concert, I lost count of the amount of people that were passing out in the stadium. That type of fame. This guy, he has that type of fame. Okay. Everybody knows Justin Bieber. He has that type of fame. So of course, yeah, it was baby. So of course, okay, he is going to have people around him that will try to protect him with knowledge and information, right? In order to safeguard him from the crazies, as I would like to call them, or the come-uppers. Those, because listen, this is a very litigious society. What does that mean? People like to sue here in America. People like to sue, okay? People like to sue. Unlike Michael Jackson, okay? J. Biebs, he was ready. This boy had receipts on receipts on receipts. Michael Jackson, on all throughout his situations, he never had receipts that were clear enough. And of course, he wasn't alive during as much as the information age as J. Biebs was, but he's showing you right here the types of receipts that you need to keep in and around you in order to have all doubt lifted from you when these very interesting situations occur. You understand what I'm saying? Let's get into the article. Let me stop sharing this. Also, as well, guys, I plan on being on for about an hour total. Then I got to get out of here. I just want to let you guys know from a time expectation. So start setting up the ladies that y'all have planned on from right now. Start texting them right now. You understand what I'm saying? But let's go through this story real quick. All right. This is coming from TMZ. All right. Justin Bieber sues for defamation, as he should. Why? Because liars, all right, liars should be persecuted. All right. Let me be clear. Let me be clear before I start this again, because I don't know how clear that y'all hear me when I start talking. If you're guilty of sexual assault, you deserve to have the book thrown at you. Okay. Should deserve to have the entire book, the pages, the footnotes, the bookmark, all of it. Bow. All of it. And they should lock you away in general population. And they should let everyone know what you did. I want to keep it funky. I want to keep it extremely clear. All right. And just like we've seen this kind of tip, I mean, when they say like a lot of things in life are just cyclical, right? We've seen the tip of the pendulum swing towards accusation, accuse. the Me Too movement. You understand me? And some can argue, and I'm not saying this is in this particular situation, some can argue that that pendulum has swung too far in some situations, okay? When it tips into you don't really know, it's not clear that there's sexual harassment or sexual assault involved. And there's been cases, shout out to Aziz Ansari. There's another story over here that I might go through in a second with Angry Joe, is another YouTuber. There's just a lot of things that folks get accused of. And here's where I see it happening too. It always happens to dudes that are in positions of power, okay? So guys, listen, as you guys are going throughout your life, where you start out with when you're 18 years old, okay? The way you start out with your purpose, the amount of finance that you have in your life, you have to understand that the way that you conceive yourself needs to change as you accumulate power and as you accumulate finances and wealth. How you perceive who you are and how powerful that you may be, you have to be real with yourself. You have to be humble, okay? You have to be humble in realizing how it might be perceived to outside power parties, okay? This has even happened with me in my life. You understand what I'm saying? I've gone from the person who is at a career fair trying to get a job, okay, to the person at a career fair that can give a job to somebody, okay? Now think about the implications and the different type of conversations when you're on either side of the coin, okay? Hold on, let me just make sure you guys can see me for that. Think about the implications on either side of the coin, okay? If I am the person that is looking for a job, okay, and I say to the recruiter something within the lines of, hey, here's my resume. Please give me a call sometime, so we could talk about this position a little bit further, and my personal number's on the resume. That's fine. That's fine because I'm talking about the position, If you switch it around, and especially if the man is the recruiter, if you switch it around and the recruiter is saying to a person who is looking for a job, here's my card, here's my personal number on it, give me a call so we can speak more about this position at a later time. Those are two completely different dynamics of the situation that you have to be clear about. Okay? You have to be clear. And the thing is, you could be dead ass. Like, listen, I see potential in this young person, and I want to be able to help them, okay? But because you are in a position of power, you have to fine tune how you move, because it could come back a year, two, a decade later, all right? That you forced or coerced or held someone back from a situation or a position because they did not accept what they perceived as your advances. Now, here's the thing. This is not written down in any rule books. This is not in any rubrics. These are the talks that if you can't get it here on this channel, these are the talks that you have to have with folks that are more experienced, because these things, these very nuanced, unwritten laws are not usually documented anywhere from a video or maybe more from a blogging perspective. But that's the value of subscribing to a couple of these channels, including myself, that could talk to these very unique perspectives. You understand what I'm saying? You have to understand that power dynamic, because more often than not, when I see these situations occur, and it's always the same story, right? Like the Angry Joe situation, it's always the same type of story. And one of the main things is that there was a power dynamic. Okay? So you have to understand, as you ascend on your journey in life, okay? You have to understand your power dynamic and how you are responding to people who could perceive your power as they have to say yes to it because of your position. You understand me? So keep it clear. Keep it honest. You understand? Throw a like on the video before I continue to get started. Would appreciate it. I see over 150 that's down into the building. Would appreciate at least 100 likes to get back into the content. You understand what I'm saying? Guys, I see some comments that in there. Folks don't know who Angry Joe is. He is a YouTuber. He's a gaming YouTuber. He's one of the most subscribed to, one of the most popping gaming YouTubers. He recently had some allegations to him earlier this week, unto which another streamer accused him of sexual assault, wrote an article on the website Medium that went through all of her stories, sort of like that Aziz Ansari story a couple of years back, where she went through the entire story. She went through the entire story. The internet began to receive that video, and it got, that writing, it got a little bit of backlash, and then a response from Angry Joe. But I don't want to get too far off of topic, but I do have some resources here. So maybe we'll decide at the end of this video whether or not we'll get back down into it. All right, let me go back down into the TMZ article just so we can remain focused. Okay. Now I'm gonna go through this. All right. Justin Bieber going after two social media users whom he suggests might be the same person for accusing him of sexual assault, claiming the allegations are factually impossible. Huh, that's a bold claim, J. Biebs. Let's see what types of receipts that you have a little bit later on. Bieber is suing two Jane Does who go by Danielle and Katie on social media for defamation over what he calls malicious claims he sexually assaulted them in 2014 and 2015, respectively. Guys, this is 5 and 6 years later. Okay, 5 and 6 years later. According to legal documentation obtained by TMZ, Bieber has indisputable documentary evidence to prove their sexual assault claims are nothing but outrageous, fabricated lies. All right. First up is Danielle, who claims Bieber sexually assaulted her in a Four Seasons hotel in Austin, Texas on March 9th, 2014, after a music event. Bieber claims there was no truth to the allegation, and he can prove it. According to docs, Bieber did make a surprise appearance at South by Southwest, but did not stay at the Four Seasons hotel or even have a room there. All right, now listen. Okay, we haven't gone to the receipts yet, and trust me, we're going to get down into the goddamn receipts. But this is a person who went back to 2014, looked at his concert schedule and said, yep, that's the date. That's the date. Okay, that's the date. Let me pick that date. Allegedly. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? It's one word versus another, but there seems to be indisputable evidence. We'll go over that very shortly. He and his girlfriend at the time, Selena Gomez, left together at a South by Southwest performance and stayed at a nearby rental property. Bieber alleges Danielle totally made up the story based on public records that he ate at the Four Seasons on March 10th. All right. As for Katie, she claims Bieber sexually assaulted her at the Langham Hotel in New York City, 2:30 a.m. on the morning of May 5th, 2015. Once again, Bieber says this is factually impossible. All right. Calls it elaborate hoax. According to Bieber, Katie is a superfan who waits outside of 4 hotels of him, desperate to meet him and desperate for fame. However, Bieber claims Katie has never met him and says she even admitted to in her own tweets after the date. She now claims he sexually assaulted her. As for the May 5th allegation, Bieber claims Katie fabricated it because she knew Bieber attended the Met Gala. Okay. According to documentation, Bieber did not attend or went to the private party afterwards. Yada, 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 yada. He is suing for more than $20 million in damages, $10 million for each of their stories. All right. Now listen. It's just, someone who's looking for an opportunity, looking for a come up, looking for fame. Okay. Looking for fame. We're not even going to search for the Twitter or the Instagram account, whatever it was made up from. Okay. Because here's the thing. I think a lot of these people that, and come out with these claims they just got problems. They got problems. There's problems in their mind. Okay. Problems in their mind. This is why this is the ultimate red pill is going gay. Listen, listen, and Bieber can be avoiding women in general, and this would still happen. Okay. He could be going his own way, and this still might happen. But what I'm going to get ready to go into in a second is his receipts which I think is very important to go over. Shout out to Johnny Van Johnson. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat, my G. The biggest problem with both the Angry Joe and the Ansari case is empowered women not actually having the self-confidence / power to voice what they actually want and expecting men to be mind readers. Yeah, I think that's a large portion of that situation. And here's the thing, like, I actually tried to look for the Medium article that in the Angry Joe situation, and I kept saying, and I read it, I want to say like a week or so ago. I looked for it recently. I looked for it like an hour ago. It's not there anymore, so I couldn't find it. So I can't go through at least that portion of that story for you guys. Here's the thing. I kept saying throughout the entire article, I kept saying to myself, tell him you have a boyfriend. Tell him you have a boyfriend. Tell him that you feel uncomfortable and you don't want to be there. I just don't it didn't make a lot of sense. You understand what I'm saying? Now, that's if you're going by her words, because listen, now all of these different situations that at least they've met each other. In this JB situation, they have not met each other. You understand what I'm saying? They have not met each other. That you just can't avoid. Something pops up on your Instagram or your Twitter, it gets a little bit of traction. You gotta deal with it the best way. Okay. But in that other situation, I know from that situation, what could have been at play was power. Okay. That could have been a degree at play. But let's get back focused to this Justin Bieber situation. But Johnny, I appreciate that wholeheartedly. I'm gonna double back into this comment as we continue to go down. Shout out to Christian Murphy. I appreciate the $1 super chat. Okay. All right. Let's get back down into the content. Hold on. Let me share this screen. All right. This is his Twitter. Try to make this bigger so you guys know what's going on. All right. Listen, so this is him, and this is what I love about this day and age is that you can have people that have an accusation and they could just release a statement on their social media and then just get it popping that way and then heal with it. But this is what he said. I don't normally address things as I have dealt with random accusations throughout my entire career, but after talking with my wife, oh shit, I didn't even realize he was married, and team, I have decided to speak up on an issue tonight. Okay. Justin Bieber then says again, rumors are rumors, but sexual abuse is something I don't take lightly. I wanted to speak out right away out of respect to so many victims who deal with these issues daily. I wanted to make sure I gathered the facts before I made any statement. In the past 24 hours, a new Twitter appeared with a story of himself involved in sexual abuse. So he's talking about the March 9th one first in Austin at the Four Seasons. I want to be clear, there was no truth to the story. In fact, I will show you. All right. As her story told, I did a surprise crowd in Austin, okay, where I appeared on stage and then my assistant side stage and sang a few songs. What this person did not know is that I attended that show with my then girlfriend, Selena Gomez. There goes a photo right there. Okay. Now, it's a photo, but then it's also an article from 2014 that he found and is linking down in here. Now look at him at the time. Look at the J Beebs that was accused. Okay. How old was he there? All right. I know he's got a young face, but sheesh. Anyway, talks about Selena being there with me. Okay. So then he goes into these photos clearly show me on stage with my assistant side stage and the other with both of us in the streets of the after awards on March 9th. Okay. So he's got additional photos that have nothing to do with his social media. He's finding them from other sources, which is key, which is key. All of us don't have that luxury because we're not famous. Okay. He then goes on to say, here's an article that showed that he didn't arrive in Austin that night. Okay. From Selena's show in Houston until late in the night. Okay. The other reason the story is saying that he was at the Four Seasons because he was saying that he was staying at the Four Seasons. Okay. But there's a tweet from another random user that he said that that he was there. okay, at the Four Seasons, okay? Meanwhile, the accuser was accusing him of staying somewhere different, all right? However, I never stayed at the Four Seasons on the 9th or the 10th. This person put up another tweet earlier saying they saw me at the restaurant the following night, not the hotel, okay? Furthermore, I stayed with Salida and our friends at the Airbnb on the 9th and on the 10th and at the Westin because our hotel at the La Quinta, not the Four Seasons, was messed up. Look at the level of receipts. You understand? Look at the level of, can I make this larger? Okay. Look at the level of receipts. Hey, Dom, so we went to La Quinta where he's got the dates. You know, at the end of the day, you know, you can fake all of this, you know. I've learned a lot on Photoshop over the past 2 years or so. You can create and make up all of this, and that could all still be true. But again, we're going off of reasonableness to believe. And it's hard to fake something when you have a Justin Bieber-like alibi, okay? All they got to do is go back to security cam footage. All they got to do is go back to random fan photos. All they got to do is go back to the hotel bills, okay? But he's providing all of this right for us digitally for everybody to see, okay? Let's go up some more. All right, so the pics I showed of me and Selena March 9th in Austin should make it clear that we were together that night and we went from venue to our Airbnb, never went to the Four Seasons. This is our Airbnb receipt where we crashed with our friends. Look at that. Receipts. Receipts on receipts. I love it, Justin. I'm not even going to lie. I saw this early on the morning. I think it was like this past Wednesday. I woke up tired, just one eye, just reading what was going on. I'm like, that's good receipts. Okay, that's great documentation. I tell you guys this all the time, okay? Document as much as what you can, okay? Document. If you're at somewhere, selfie just real quick, you know what I'm saying? And just be mindful. And let me also speak from this situation as well. This is from my own experiences. From my own experiences. Guys, if you are like, you know, let's say like, you know, with you and your boys and you guys are out in a friend group and then you come across another friend group, okay? Other women, okay? Immediately in your mind, there should be some triggers that go off as far as like, from a protection perspective, right? How much are folks been drinking? Okay. What part of the side of the town are you on? Okay. Let's say your boy starts to walk off with other, nah, bro, like text me. Are you good? You straight? Call them. Make sure when they, right? Like start to have a system of accountability. Let's say the next day, you know, y'all link up, y'all go do whatever. And then, you know, over the next couple of days, it ends up not being, you know, it ends up falling out, ends up being a bad situation or whatever. Y'all decide not to link back up. Make sure you save all of the text messages. I don't care, right? Like how, you know, negative the conversations are. Make sure you save the text messages. Make sure you save the calls. I've talked about this before. On my phone, I have a call recorder app, okay? I don't have an iPhone. I have an Android, okay? I have an Android, but I have a call recorder app. So all of my calls are recorded. And I started doing that after the situation that happened to me where I was falsely accused. Again, for the folks that just came down in here, first of all, for the folks that just came down in here, hit on the like button. I would appreciate that. Also, all right, I'm going from the stance of at the end of the day, within this situation, any situation we talked about, I was not there. I don't know what actually happened, but I'm going off of the reasonableness in every situation. The Justin Bieber situation, the Angry Joe situation, the story that I did last week. I'm going off of the reasonableness based off of the stories, how they articulate themselves, and then the receipts that are shown. You understand me? We have gotten into this era of guilty until proven innocent. We've gotten into this era. We've gotten into this very at the slightest hint of anything, you can cancel culture. Okay, you can cancel, right? And rip up people's livelihoods because of an accusation, not even being proved if true. And trust me, if proved if true, throw them under the bus immediately. Okay, throw them under the bus. But I know a lot of people, especially me, it's happened to me, being falsely accused of something that never happened. Being falsely accused of being something that never, there was no iota of it ever happening. Again, go back into my previously recorded videos in order for you to see what I'm talking about. The one that I have, my G, is called Call Recorder Pro. I think it's called. Yeah, Call Recorder Pro. But just go up on the App Store, on your respective app stores. I don't know if iPhone has any. I don't bang with iPhone like that because I feel like it's so closed of a technological system. But like for Android, and probably iPhone probably has something too. Just go and look into the App Store and just put in Call Recorder. Okay. Now, based off of your state, is going to determine the call recorder or the wiretapping laws. So I would say look it up for your state just to be clear. But at the end of the day, even if your state does not allow it, I would do it anyway. You may not be able to use it in a court of law, but a lot of these cases are often tried in the court of public opinion. You understand what I'm saying? So irrespective of court of law, court of public opinion is usually where a lot of these cases can start. You understand me? So, hold up. I see a couple of comments that in here. How common is it being falsely accused? I've been threatened multiple times. Have at least one friend that I know I've been. How often does it happen? I don't know any. I don't know. And Androids are more expensive. What are you talking about? Anyway, I don't know of how often it happens. I don't have any data on that. However, I know what's happened in my life. It's happened at least. It happened once. That's one too many. That's one too many. I know all of us, me included, we got far too much to lose. We got far too much to lose. Protect yourself. Okay? Protect yourself. Now, I'm taking it from the situation of that me and all of you are innocent. If you're a perpetrator of some shit, you need the book thrown at your ass. Let's call a spade a spade. You understand what I'm saying? Let's call a spade, because we like to do that here on this channel. I don't have data about that. Feel free, if you find data on that, my G, send it to me on my email and I'll bring it up on the screen. Okay, I'll bring it up on the screen. Okay. Now let me get back into the post. Oh, hold on, give me a second. Okay, Jay Beebs, hold up. More receipts. On March 10th, Selena left for work and I stayed at the Westman. As the receipts clearly show me and my friends Nick's da-da-da. You understand? Look at the receipts. Shout out to Jay Beebs one more again. Shout out. He's got paper receipts. He's got digital receipts. He's going into receipts from 5-6 years ago. Like, no, I got those. Now imagine if he deleted them. Okay. Imagine if he deleted. He's like, yo, what hotel did we stay at? What was that again? Was that the West? Was that the damn? What was right? Like, what was I doing? Oh no. He came back in less than 24 hours. Everything stored. Okay. He must have like a life accountant on the payroll. You know what I'm saying? He's much too busy of a young man. Okay. He's much too busy of a young man to do this all himself that quickly. You already know he's got probably multiple lawyers on retainer. That was like, Justin, just send everything to us. Send the information that you know. We'll go validate everything. Okay. But here it is. Here's the receipts on the receipts. Okay. Receipts on the receipts. Now, Justin says something very important right here, and I want everybody to be able to understand what he's saying, because this is absolutely true. Every claim of sexual abuse should be taken very seriously. Okay. And here's the thing. I agree with him because I think in my mind, all right, in my mind, I still think most of the world out there is a majority good people. Okay. A majority good people. All right. It's a lot of stupid people out there, but people try to, the majority of people out there try to be good. Okay. They think that they are. They're trying to. Within that being said, there's a lot of people that, are low functioning from a soft skills perspective on both sides of the coin. All right. from the dude who can be described as a creep, all right? Just not knowing that he's being a creep, right? He doesn't have soft skills, and he doesn't have empathy. He doesn't have perception, okay? On the other side of the coin, from the other person that is accusing, may not know how to be direct in situations, right? Just say, no, I'm leaving. I'm walking out of here. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I think happened in that Angry Joe situation, by the way. We're going to talk specifics because I know there's a lot of people that just heard that sentence probably like, what are you talking about? No. We got to talk specifics in these types of situations because you guys are going to take what I'm saying and apply to every situation and become the all police. Become the general police. Don't you do that. Okay, let's talk specifics. Let's get back down into the post. This is what he said. This is what the young scholar said. Every claim of sexual abuse should be taken very seriously. Facts. That is a fact. And this is why my response was needed. However, this story is factually impossible. And that is why I will be working with Twitter and the authorities to take legal action. Shout out to Clapper Dan. JB's top men are on the case. Top men. Shout out to Clapper Dan. Appreciate the $2 super chat, my G. Shout out to Lance. Remember this happened to him before. You know what I thought that it did? I did do research into that before. He's well aware to keep his receipts at this point. Okay, I believe he only threatened to sue. Yeah, he went beyond that this time. And the thing is I don't know if they have even identified who the user is. All they have is the Twitter handles, but I think that's all that you potentially need to start the process. You understand me? And it's sending a listen, guys, stop doing this because you could be hit with a $10 million levy each. Okay, each for your alleged transgressions. Okay, shout out to Lance Brown. I appreciate the $5 super chat, my G. Okay, let's get down in there. Listen, I love dislikes. Okay, engagement. Engagement. All right. Listen, the dislikes just add on to the likes. I don't know if you guys know that. It's all engagement. But throw a like or dislike on the video. Pick your poison. I don't care. But at least do something. All right. Would appreciate that wholeheartedly. All right. Shout out to the good man. I see you down in here, bro. Always supporting. Let me get off of this tweet right here. Twitter confuses me. I don't really like Twitter. Okay. And then that was it. That was the post. That's what he talked about. He's showing the receipts front, down, back, left, right. You understand what I'm saying? I think that it is important to do. If he's doing it in his life, listen, we got folks that's down into the chat that's saying that it has happened to them. It has happened to me. And I kept the particular receipts in my case, but I wish that I had more. I wish that I had more. Now, listen, real quick. Let me, JB's is one situation I want to go over. I got a couple of more minutes before I got to hit out of here, guys. Let me also try to hit on this situation as well. This Angry Joe situation. Okay. Hold on. Give me a second. I just had it up. Okay. I got it up. Because you guys are going to need to want to hear this one as well. All right. There's another article. There goes Angry Joe on the left. Again, he's a poppin' YouTuber on the gaming side of YouTube. I watched a whole bunch of his videos without even knowing his name. He often comes out with like video reviews and they're like 30 minutes to 45 minutes long and they're like full productions. It's very interesting stuff. His channel alone begins to come directly at the neck of every video game reviewing website and tabloid in existence because their videos are that good. You understand what I'm saying? The videos are definitely that good. Anyway, he was accused not too long ago of sexual harassment and sexual assault by the lady on the right. Twitch partner, her name is Wookie Monster. Who's that lady? Real names, it doesn't even matter. Panics and backpedals as Joe Vargas of the Angry Joe Show debunks sexual predatory allegations and brings in lawyers. Okay. Now this lady's allegation against the Angry Joe Show would have been picked apart by cynics by having More plot holes than The Last of Us Part 2. And now that Joe Vargas, that's this gentleman on the left, has brought in a team of lawyers, Ashley, I guess that's her name, is in full-blown panic mode. Okay? All right? So she was a little-known Twitch partner, okay? Came out on Twitter with allegations against a well-respected gaming YouTuber, all right? Accusing him of being a predator and trying to coerce her into sex. Now, listen, I don't know if they're going to get into the actual her claim. Okay, here, oh, it's right here. The allegation claims that at a convention back in 2018, 2 years ago, Joe Vargas both mentally and physically forced her to hang around him and attempted to try to subliminally manipulate her into maybe having sex, or at least that is what is assumed as. It has now been confirmed by both parties. Sex was never discussed. Okay. The young lady also revealed what she considers to be irrefutable evidence of him being a predatory creep in the form of leaked private messages. The messages reveal that Joe thought Ashley looked super cute in her 80s cosplay get up. Okay. So it looks like they're not going to show the text messages. So let me try to give you guys a in-between of kind of what I thought reading the article, because the actual article is no longer available. Again, it was someone that had a position of particular power, okay? Because he's huge on YouTube, huge on Twitch, games all the time. He's probably a multimillionaire. All of these connections within the industry. Met her at a party. She was actually there with her boyfriend, but he walked up to her and then took her, like, it was just like, hey, let's go hang out. And they just went to go hang out. And the first thing is that the girl left her boyfriend there for hours without communicating to the boyfriend, for hours. And she said that in the post. Now, they go hang out. She claims that he was making sexual advances at her and then kept her in a place where she could not use her phone, okay? Could not use her phone, and was doing these like sexually suggestive, creepy type things, okay? They ended up going to some type of like Twitch dinner where there was a bunch of like high up people that were there. He began to introduce those people to her. And I think in his mind, he's probably thinking, I'm trying to get you a foot in the door. You know what I'm saying? But she felt weird. She felt coerced. She didn't want to be there, but then claims that she couldn't use her phone. She had no voice in the matter. She couldn't just leave. There was a couple of things in the article that I thought that was just like, number one, it wasn't made clear at all in the article that she told him that she was in a relationship. Didn't say that at all. Now, here's the thing. Just because you tell a dude that you are in a relationship, does that mean that he's going to stop with advances? No, but it will lower the likelihood that he will continue to pursue. I know me personally, okay? I know me personally. Let me just talk to y'all real quick without putting this on the screen. I know me personally. I don't like to try, like, after that, especially like, I know me personally, like, let's say that I had like a YouTube meetup, and let's say that there was women at the YouTube meetup, okay? They're not getting my personal number, okay? We're not going alone anywhere together, right? None of that, okay? We got to keep it. This is because you might see me as a person that has subscribers on YouTube. You may try to get your YouTube channel, da-da-da-da-da. You have to, because of that layering of what might be perceived as power indifference, you have to be, I would have to walk a fine line within that, okay? Of the things that I saw within this post, power could have most definitely been at play. Yes, the boyfriend did not go. She was with the boyfriend. Joe, who probably didn't know her they just started talking the night before. They exchanged numbers. Okay, they exchanged numbers. And they were texting, and then the text that she showed, he was like, "You're so cute." It was like saying all this cute stuff, but like that was it. That's all that he said within the text. To me, it looked harmless. It looked harmless. But now in hindsight, she uses that as evidence of him being a creep. Okay? To me, it looked harmless looking at it, and then she uses evidence of him being a creep. Okay? So it goes to show is that he exposed himself to risk for accusations. At the same time, again, I was never there. Got to let the court of law decide because he pressed charges. He pressed charges. I haven't gotten into there yet. But she took the numbers from him. She left without the boyfriend and didn't call him for hours. Hours and hours. Okay? And then she came back 2 years later and then wrote up an entire article talking through how he's a creep, he's a predator, and sexual creepiness or harassment was involved in the way that he interacted with her. Okay. Let's go to his response. He responded. Let me make this larger. I don't know what happened to this. He responded by denying and debunking the allegations, saying this is now a serious legal matter. That's the way that you do that, okay? That's the way that you do that. You get your receipts together, then you get your lawyer together, all right? Let me repeat that. You get your receipts together, then you get your lawyer together, all right? Let me just keep that funky. If the situation that I went through didn't stop 4 hours after it started, lawyer would have been the next step. The very next step as I'm accumulating all my receipts. Okay, here, she sent me text here. She called me on this day. Let me mark it down. I had like a whole Excel sheet I was getting ready to populate. Boom, she called me here. I met her here. Here goes our Tinder conversations. I was architecting everything that I could because that was the next stage. That was the next stage. If anything, I'll say this. When it comes to the single life, you're putting yourself at a much higher risk. Every new person that you introduce yourself with, you introduce yourself to newer bullshit, potentially. Okay? Potentially. All right? If you're in a long-term relationship and you remain faithful and true, you're less likely to have any of these allegations purported against you. All right? Let's keep that funky. I know some of you guys are like, I'm going to be living a single life to the day I die. All right? As long as you understand the pros, the cons, and the risk associated with what that is. Okay? It has happened. I've had some of my friends, it's happened too. They've been accused. I went to a large institution for college, D1 school. One of my friends, star running back, I'm talking on the way to the NFL, got accused. Now, at the end of the day, judging by his character, I didn't think that he did anything. I don't know. Leave that for the court to be able to decide. My thing is, you have to protect yourself in order to not introduce yourself into situations that will put that up to question. You understand what I'm saying? Let's get back in there. All right. Sexual assault is an alarming accusation and should be taken very seriously. If I or anyone had committed an offense, then it should be reported to the police and investigated thoroughly. That's a fact. All of that, factual. All of that. I urge this person to do what she believes if an offense occurred so I can clear my name. Okay? Yeah, that's a fact, Uncle J-Do. That's a fact. They don't tell you that. However, instead of affording me due process, she decided to post false claims out of the blue more than 2 years later. The consequence is damaging to not only my reputation, career, and brand, but also those whom I employ, my friends, my family, all because many people don't bother to examine facts, only the salacious headline. What I say earlier. You get accused, guilt. You understand me? That's the young lady. All right. It's the young lady. This is all publicly available. If you Googled it, you would have found it anyway. I'll show it just there, just for prosperity's sake. So, shout out to Sly Winter Ninja. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Supposed victims put abuser on blast on social media instead of the law. Then gets mad, depressed when the accused try to defend themselves. What a world we live in. Yeah, you know. Listen, at the end of the day, I think that the accusations, if serious, should come from her lawyer. Should come, lawyer up. Lawyer up. Lawyer up. Okay? If you want to make those accusations and then he defends himself. She said going into this that she knew that she was going to receive a lot of criticism. But I think what has happened is if you go back into the story and you begin to pick apart piece by piece what she was saying, it was like one of these situations, and this is just my opinion, not knowing what the truth is. I know what her story was. Okay? I know what her story was. There's the truth. There's his story. There's 3 different damn stories here. But reading her story, I said back to myself, her story, in my mind, both of them were wrong. Okay. She was wrong for the things that I called out before. And he was wrong because it sounded as if towards the end of the story, he got drunk and then began to use his power or his connections as leverage to continue to pursue and advance with her. That's what the way that she wrote it. That's the way that I interpreted the end of that story. You understand me? But this is like 9 hours after her leaving her boyfriend. Okay. Which is one of the things that I always thought, if you let them know, it reduces that risk. Okay. It reduces that risk. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing too. I think like there's a lot of people, and I think like, you know, and I live in the Midwest right now. I live in the Midwest right now, and they call it like Midwest nice, right? There's a lot of people who will not tell you no. And I'm from the East Coast. I'm used to people just telling me no, right? You're like, okay. And you just go and do your own thing. But where I'm living at right now, and it's like a culture thing that's up here, it is their way. It's like this Midwestern nice where you can ask them a direct question and they just want to beat around the bush, you know, like they give you a well, maybe one day, and they give you like all of this. And to me, I think like we have to teach more people lines, boundaries, and working well within those lines and those boundaries. You understand me? Shout out to Diego. I'm seeing Minnesota nice down in there. Yeah. It's Wisconsin nice, Minnesota nice. It's like a Ohio nice. Yeah, it's a Midwestern thing. I don't know where that they were. I think they actually said it earlier in the article, but it's a thing. Okay. Yeah, there's no such thing as a New York nice. Shout out my G, but shout out again to Sly Winter Ninja. I appreciate the $10 super chat, my G. Okay. Let's finish up this story and let's get you guys up out of here. Okay. Where did we leave it at? Ashley, albeit, oh yeah. So he says essentially down here that he is forced to take further legal action, which he should. Get lawyered up, my G. At the point that the accusation comes, get it popping. All right. Get your lawyer on. Put your lawyer on speed dial. That happens. Get it popping. Get all your receipts. That restaurant that you're at, the hotel that you brought her up into, get them. All of them. Every single last one of them. Okay. Ashley Wooker Monster TV, Mark New. That's her name. Albeit maintaining that Joe Vargas is a predatory creep, has backpedaled and seems to be in panic mode. I don't know. Let's see. This is an article. I don't really know the affiliation of the article, but sometimes they are phrasing things in a way to sway how you think about it. So let's just read this objectively. She says, I will be taking a step back from Twitter. Hold on, I'm thirsty. Hold on. Shout out to the Red Cup Talk game, by the way. I keep on forgetting to mention that. This is Red Cup Talk. We talk about situations and topics like this from time to time. Hopefully, all of you guys are down in there with your red cups, ready, willing, and able to enjoy yourselves tonight. Shout out to the Red Cup Talk family. Cheers and salute, everybody in the building. Let's continue to finish this up. I will be taking a step back from Twitter. It amazes me that people think the little follows I am getting somehow outweigh all of the backlash and result in clout monetary gain. This is another interesting thing too, is she let all of this news story go, but using all of her Twitch, all of her Instagram, Man, like, this is, I never said he assaulted me. I said his actions were predatory because they were. Thank you too. I guess what? Those who have supported me know I'm not ignoring you. I won't delete or hide anything regardless of what happens because it needs to be known, but I need to take time for whatever. Okay. Oh, hold on. I see some super chats that's coming out into the building. Shout out to Slide with Ninja. One more again, even sadder. Real victims of sexual abuse will have even a harder time being heard because of false accusations. That's the saddest thing in here. Okay. Because folks that are actually that actually want to accuse, okay, the right way, face more obstacles because of these stories where, man, it's weird. It's really weird. We're living in these times where anybody in your past can come through, take a particular situation and then only when you gain power. It's only when you gain power, or at least that's maybe what we're seeing it at. Okay, because these are popular people. Maybe this is happening all throughout our lives in our cities, but we just don't know about it because they happen behind closed doors, right? But it seems to be the age-old adage story of this power dynamic and then being men and women. It's that old age story. And that's the thing. This is not written in textbook, guys. Okay. Once you start to have that dynamic, you have to be able to protect yourself. Okay. Be your own saving grace. Think strategically about your interactions. All right. Shout out to Slide with a Ninja. Appreciate the $5 super chat. Shout out to Professor Trill. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. When he allegedly had her where she couldn't use her phone, why didn't she inform all the people he was introducing her to as what he was allegedly doing to her? I don't know. I don't know. For folks that don't know, they were in the hotel. Professor Trill must have read the story. They were in the hotel. That's where she said that she said that he wanted her to he asked her to take a shower with him or something like that. She said that she wasn't, I don't know if she verbally said she wasn't comfortable. I wish I saved the article. Next time that I see stuff like that at first, I'm gonna save it so we can go through it even after it gets deleted online. But she went to a dinner later on and didn't say anything to anybody regarding what had transpired and that she was uncomfortable and she couldn't access her phone. She didn't say anything to anybody. But at the same time, we've all seen victims of sexual abuse and harassment that have been locked and chained away into a house, and the perpetrator leaves and the victim does not leave. I mean, I've seen stories of that as well, because they have gotten so deep into the mind of the psyche of the person that they have abducted, and that they are that they have chained up both from a physical perspective and a mental perspective, okay, to trick their minds in a way where they feel like they have to stay, or the power dynamic is such that they are fraught with fear. We've seen stories like that as well. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know. Again, Professor Trill, I was not there. We can just talk about it from a reasonableness and a likelihood perspective. You see what I'm saying? But it's touchy subjects though, but it has to be talked about. Has to be talked about. Shout out to Uncle J Doe, about to get dressed and get it in, fam, later. Chat fam too. Shout out to Uncle J Doe. I appreciate you, my G. Appreciate you for stopping by. All right. Hold on. Let's finish this up and let's get you guys out of here. Okay. All right. Hold on. So she's now taking a break from Twitter, hopefully Twitch too, because of all the backlash and the hate that she's getting, but vows to keep open communications with any other victims just like her. What are your thoughts on the situation? Blah, 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 blah. We've already gone through the chats. I mean, the thoughts. Shout out to Uncle Reg, Patreon gang in the building. What's good, my G? Appreciate the $5 super chat as per usual. Okay. So listen, guys, at the end of the day, I know that conversations like this are not going to be the most viewed, the most talked about. But when we think about the importance of being able to talk about these things and what are the real things that you can do in order to save and or protect yourself, I think that is particularly valuable. I am saddened that these situations where the accusations paint themselves as a victim cast doubt and judgment on those that seek crimes to be levied on people that are actual perpetrators. You understand what I'm saying? I'm sad that it does that. I'm also sad that these liars, for a long time, there has been no judgment cast on the liars as well. So I appreciate seeing Justin Biebs coming back in with $20 million. I appreciate this other situation. If you believe like you're being unjustly lawyer up and get it popping that way and handle it through a court of law. We have a very litigious society, but we also have a society where people will try, defamation. They will try to slander your name in order to take something from you, to feel as though that they won in a situation or in order to get clout. Okay. People will do that. All right. I try to walk through this world more often than not with a cup half full type of mindset, but you got to be very clear, consistent, and coherent regarding this type of information. Uncle Reg, thank you again for the $5 super chat. I think I saw one more in there. Shout out to Dev Code. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. As a red pill guy at 23, it saddens me. I'll be single for the rest of my life. Listen, man, there's hope out there, my G. Okay, there's hope out there. All right, not everybody's like this. We're just seeing unique cases within that. You understand me? Shout out to everybody that came through here today. I told you guys, no 4 or 5 hours at least tonight. We might do something crazy on Sunday. Time will tell. But listen, I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate you for continuing to come back. This is Red Cup Talk. Listen, we're going to continue to have conversations like this. We're going to continue on getting your guys' thoughts, your guys' feedback. Eventually, at different times, open up the line so we can have very dope conversations. You know what I'm saying? In a way to try to push ideas of the culture forward to inform not only men, mostly men, obviously, that's mostly who follow this channel, but also ladies that want to come down in here and ear hustle as well. Shout out to Super Takeoff. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Have you seen the Johnny Depp situation? Yeah, I've seen that as well. We've gone over that situation as well. Okay. We've gone over that situation as well. He was cast from keeping hope out there. Shout out to Lost. Listen. Listen, at the end of the day, listen, it's one of those things that even when you're married, it can come up, but usually like during the divorce type phase. That seems to what has happened to Johnny Depp. False allegations. He went back years later, had receipts, but there's been a lot of damage that has already been done in his career. You understand me? Shout out to everybody that came down, and I'm off. Until next time, YouTube.